My name is Bobby Bramhall. I am the owner and founder of Holston Springs Lodge and Venue in Knoxville, Tennessee. Sure. So in 2020, after several years of running my other venue, the guests wanted another accommodation overnight. They wanted a groomsman lounge or a bridal suite to have family and wedding parties stay. And we only had one at the time. And so what we decided to do is build an entirely new venue with a lodge attached. So now we have the second venue called Holston Springs with an overnight accommodations lodge, as well as a venue there. So it started based out of a need of people on the property wanting to have either an additional event or additional lodging. And so it was completed at the end of 2021, early 2022, and we started our weddings about a year and a half ago. We do about 25 per year right now. We do everything from baby showers, birthday parties, weddings, any type of event happens up there. It's heated and cooled, and it also includes all of the tables and chairs that a guest might need as well. So it's an all-inclusive place. So year-round we do weddings at Holston Springs, but in East Tennessee, the famous time for weddings is always the spring and the fall. The spring is fantastic, great weather. The fall is just crispy with the fall foliage coming in and really cool temperatures. The summer, the cool thing about the summer near the Smoky Mountains is that it's very mild. It's not overly heated. You have people that can come in and be outside. I actually got married at my own wedding venue last year in June. So the summer was a beautiful time to get married there. And even the winter, we have winter weddings that they're able to close the doors and heat up the venue and enjoy the space even in the wintertime. You've got May, June that is always the most popular. You have September, October that's also probably the more popular than May and June. So it's mid-fall and late spring, early summer that is just always popping around here. You have an indoor-outdoor ceremony option, but you also have indoor reception options as well. So it is heated and cooled, but it has garage doors that can open, and you can access the inside and the outside through giant, raising garage doors, which are really neat. So we do 100 guests or less at Holston Springs. It's a little bit smaller than our other venue, but it still does decent-sized parties at about 100 or less, and that includes all of your tables for outside and inside for 100 guests or less, chairs as well. So we have all of our vendors that a bride or groom or a couple might need. You've got DJ, catering, floral, all of your desserts, any type of bar options. We have a fantastic local bartender that does all of the ordering and delivering of all the drinks. So it's an all-inclusive place where people come and feel stress-free, and they don't have to run around planning their own wedding. It's all taken care of here. Yeah, rental fee starts at $2,500 in the wintertime midweek, and it goes up to $69.99 in the fall weekends. That does include overnight stay, so you're getting the lodge in addition to your entire wedding and event. So really your sweet spot is between $3,000 and $6,000 for most packages. Holston Springs, we do a 50% deposit to begin, and then over time, if a bride or groom or a couple needs to cancel, they have a period where they can terminate the contract and get the remaining balance back. But we start with a deposit to allow us to project staff for the season and the needs that we're going to have. Go ahead and block dates from other guests or other couples wanting that date. Yeah, cancellation policy, you have up to about 9 months to get everything except your initial deposit back. And then starting between 9 and 6 months, you have a tiered schedule that if you've paid it, it's a final deposit on your date that you paid it. And if you're within that 9 to 6 months, we can return everything except the initial deposit. We have a rebooking fee. If they have a date that's a very popular date, we ask them to do a rebooking fee, and that's sometimes suitable for some folks. For others, if they have a date that maybe was a less common date, maybe a Tuesday night, we often are able to just go ahead and transfer their Tuesday night date to another date that probably would not have been filled either, to make sure we accommodate and do the best we can to serve our clients who have things pop up in their own lives. The lodge can accommodate 8 guests. So the stables is about half a mile away. They have separate entrances and separate access, so there's never a crossover. But what's great is that a guest or a couple often rents both facilities. So they have one part of the party staying on one site for rehearsal dinner and festivities. Then they have the other venue for the actual wedding ceremony and reception. So several of our couples actually rent both facilities and have the whole property to themselves. Yes, hotel options, other Airbnbs in Knoxville, downtown and around. Absolutely. So we have our in-house venue director that does planning, coordination, and all of the venue-specific duties. Then we have a property manager that handles all of the property and all of the planning and communication with guests as far as what they need logistically. Then we also have wedding staff that do all the setup and cleanup and all of the accounting and billing and the backside of things. So it's a full operation. The guest comes in and doesn't have to lift a finger. They just come in and enjoy their party, and then they get to go home knowing that they didn't have to sweat it out and do all the work. So we have a projector, we have sound system, and dedicated circuits for electric, for speakers and things that pull a lot of power. And anything a guest needs, we can set it up as far as, TVs, screens, those kind of things. So it has its own parking lot right next to the venue, a completely separate access entry. So you would never even know that the other venue's there if you're visiting one. It's got its own entrance off of the road and its own parking. You can't even see any other houses or venues or anything close by. It's completely private, covered by trees. It's very pretty. Yeah, so Holston Springs is one of the only, in Tennessee, one of the only overnight stay accommodations that actually has the venue on site. And so our guests love Holston Springs because it's private. They can come and they can actually stay for the entire weekend, maybe Friday to Sunday, without being bothered or having anywhere else to go, with full accommodations on site, kitchen for all the food and everything they might need, and all their guests can come to the event as well. It's a great place.